We're already here. We're already here in the butthole.
But like honestly, we're so breaking news: Julio Jones got traded.
He did, and he went to the Tennessee Titans.
I got a hot take.
Let's hear it.
Here we go.
I don't think Julio Jones adds or takes wins away from their overall season.
Bullshit.
I think it helps compared to where they were without him. I don't think it changes from last year.
Exactly. That's my stance on it. He doesn't make them more of a contender than they were last year.
Vegas's odds definitely changed with that trade for Tennessee Titans.
Their receiving core was garbage before they traded for him.
AJ Brown, that was it.
But you got to remember, this is a Titans team last year that won the division.
You knew they were relying on Corey Davis. That guy is
beast. Beast. He is available for trade in the Dynasty League.
I don't know, dude. He's a functional. I mean, Corey Davis was a functional receiver.
He was 1 year out of 5. That averages out to 20%. My math ain't the best. That's a fucking F.
Well, Julio Jones is hurt 4 years out of 5.
He plays 3. He'll still play 17 games, man.
Not very functionally, though.
Julio Jones?
Julio, yeah.
He only played 9 last year.
Yeah, he's played for fucking 17 seasons.
But are you getting good, healthy games out of him?
He's almost 100 years old.
He's only 32.
The guy will always carry an injury designation, which is brutal.
The issue is he's playing
football.
with turf toe. He's playing with a banged up hamstring. He's playing with these, so you're not getting 100% Julio Jones. You're getting
because he's 100
60.
years old.
Dude,
give him a break.
Listen to this though. Corey Davis was good for about 60 catches and 6 or 7 touchdowns. Julio Jones will get you 90 catches and 6 or 7 touchdowns. It's not that big of a difference.
But the difference is in the yards, man. Julio's going to break 1,000 no matter what. Julio's breaking 1,000. Davis breaks 1,000. It's 1 in 5.
He did it last year.
1 in 5. He might have broken his secondary season, his sophomore season. But
are you talking Corey Davis?
Corey Davis, yeah. Corey Davis is he's a lottery ticket.
Okay,
he's
let's
not a
set
sure
that
thing
aside.
Like Julio.
Julio's had 3 seasons where he's not broken 1,000 yards. His rookie season,
out of 100 seasons, that's a really good odd.
And each year he's missed at least 3 games or more.
Yeah, but availability is the best ability, dude.
Yeah,
unless you're.
And Julio's not available that as often as you feel he is.
Well,
most people.
So you go to the strip club, and that strategy sure don't work out, man. Yeah. If
that's
they're not available,
strategy.
If they're not available, it's probably because they're pretty good.
Maybe could have slipped on the ice without their foot.
If you got the available one, there may be a reason for that.
Depends on
what if they just became available though?
A free agent?
Huh?
We get that. I hear what you're saying, but there's a reason Julio Jones hasn't been a free agent. There's a reason Corey Davis was.
Julio Jones since 2014, 15 games, 16, 14, 16, 16, 15. Really hasn't missed that many games over the last 5 seasons. But again, he's not playing 100%. He's playing these games banged up.
When you're a fucking athlete like Julio Jones, you don't have to play 100%, man.
Well, imagine what he would be if he was 100.
Imagine
1,400, 1,700, 1,450, 1,409, 1,871.
He's a beast, and he can show that he has the opportunity to be a wide receiver, number 1 overall in the league. Has he done it ever in his career? I don't think so, but he's been top 5 a few times.
You talking fantasy?
Listen, let's not demean his track record. He's a good receiver.
He's an amazing receiver.
But I don't think he changes their chances of going to the Super Bowl. I don't think he changes. He does give them a little bit better chance to win the division. It doesn't change that much, dude. Especially when you take into context the fact that they let Corey Davis walk. They lost Jonnu Smith.
Who are you taking, Corey Davis or Julio Jones right now?
Okay, that's no debate. Julio Jones, I'd rather have.
Okay, then why would you even bring that up in this argument?
That brings up Julio.
Because you have to...
Julio Jones or...
Corey Davis. Julio. Hands fucking down, right?
Julio or Mike Evans.
Now that they're about the
Julio
same player.
Julio.
I'm still taking Julio.
Julio or Chris Godwin.
Julio.
They're
different players, but Julio.
Julio or Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams is younger, more available.
He also plays with injury designation quite a bit.
Julio or Stephon Diggs.
I'm taking Steph there.
I'm taking Steph too.
Julio
now,
or
wait.
Metcalf.
Let's go back to Devontae. If Devontae does not have Aaron Rodgers for his entire career, is he the same player you think caliber-wise?
He's still a very talented wide receiver.
He's talented.
If he has...
But is he carried from good to excellent by quarterback play?
Oh, a lot of receivers you could say are.
You can...
But look at Devontae, for instance. When he first came into the league, he had a lot of drop issues.
Yes. And he figured some stuff out.
Yeah.
But it also helps when you have a Hall of Fame quarterback throwing balls your way instead of Ryan Tannehill, Kirk Cousins.
But that's for any
receiver.
receiver,
They're not
though.
Hall of Fame. Is that what you're saying?
Ryan Tannehill isn't
not
bad. He's not Aaron Rodgers.
No. We don't know about that. It's not what you said, but in the sense of wide receivers and Hall of Fame quarterbacks, like
before we get off the topic.
Julio.
No, of Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Julio, we can scrap that. It was a good bit. It was a good thought in my head on my ride home. But
is there anyone else that you want to compare?
I mean, Justin Jefferson.
I'm taking J-Jeff for the future. I mean, that's
no, you got to win it all this year.
It's 110 years of experience.
DK Metcalf.
For 1 year, who would you rather have, dude? Julio, you're not playing the long ball game with Julio.
And it totally depends on my team's landscape.
DeAndre Hopkins.
The Tennessee Titans taking Julio is not. He's an instant add to the team.
Here's the caveat. It's a caveat. Let me
rip it here. Mike Vrabel, Hall of Fame winning player, took his team to a championship game against the team that ended up winning the Super Bowl. Had a 24-point lead.
Wasn't that much.
21-point lead. It was
closer to that.
It was definitely 20 plus.
Might have been 20 even.
They went and scored 28 unanswered. The Kansas City Chiefs did in the second half alone. If you have
he's thinking of Houston.
Houston was 24, but Tennessee did have a big lead.
They had a
it
huge
wasn't
lead.
Like 21.
It was like 24-3. It was a massive lead. They went 28 unanswered in that second half and absolutely stomped him by the end. But if you have a Julio Jones on that team, that second half you're not running the ball with Derrick Henry. You're keeping the pedal down. No. Especially after they scored 2 unanswered.
With Derrick Henry on roster and Mike Vrabel, you're probably trying to run the ball with Derrick Henry.
Without a doubt, you're running it. But when they score 2 unanswered touchdowns in the third quarter, when you're still 5 minutes left and they score a bunch,
it might not have been that much of a lead. Dude.
It wasn't.
It was a 21-3. They absolutely.
No, it was not. You're thinking of Houston.
I'm looking at the box score now. First quarter, Tennessee 10, Kansas City 7. Second quarter, Tennessee 7, so 17. Kansas City 21. Then no one scored in the third, and then 7 points for Tennessee in the fourth, 14 for Kansas.
Yeah, dude, you're thinking Houston.
Was this just last year or 2 years ago?
This is January 19th, 2020. So this would have been the season of 2019 that the Chiefs won.
You're thinking of Houston, man. You are. And Houston had them down 24-3.
Or maybe I'm thinking like 4 or 5 years ago when we were down in Nolens.
I don't know. I don't remember Houston being that much up on Kansas City
3 years ago. We won in 2018.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
Tennessee.
I'm telling you, Tennessee can put the pedal down. They can win some games.
For Julio, I don't know if it's the best landing spot. And we said that in the group chat.
I'm getting a little derailed here, but
yes,
also AJ Brown.
Oh, yep.
What kind of receiver is he? He's like a mini Julio.
How about just like today's
AJ Brown guy?
How about just today's Antonio Brown?
He's bigger than
he's
AB.
Big. He's physical.
AB was what? How tall?
5'11".
And I think AJ is 6'1".
6'2".
Is he really?
6'2" plus.
I think he's 6'1".
Want to bet?
I'll take a 5 or 6'1". I'll take under 6'2".
You take. I want over 6'1".
6'1.5". Brandon goes under. You go over.
There it is.
I think he's only like 6 foot tall.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Boom! $5 in my pocket.
Whatever. So
I love height bets.
How tall is Julio?
Do you want to do
Julio is 6'3".
Ooh, you can take that.
I ain't taking it.
That feels right.
And I think I nailed
I'm already
it.
0-1.
I might even be 1 inch
He's
low.
6'3".
So if you have a Julio
to
Jones,
overcompensate by 1 inch.
I drilled it, dude.
Is Julio not a mentor to AJ Brown in his third season?
Dude, they're
now?
like best friends, man.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. No.
I think
it's a big brother. It's great move.
It's great for the Titans. I think
builds
it's great
the future and gives them a mentor in the
This is my argument, though. It's not great for the Titans. It literally gets the Titans back to where they were last year. A dark horse Super Bowl team. That's all they are now.
Which is better than what they were without Julio, though.
Right, but last year they were viewed as a dark horse Super Bowl team. They're no different now.
But it gets back to the Julio. You're taking Julio over Corey
of
Davis.
the available wide receivers in
times.
free agency when it opened up, and now he's probably the best option or one of. Kenny Golladay was a very good option too. Who would you rather have, Julio Jones or Kenny Golladay?
Julio.
I think I do too.
For 1 year, Julio.
If I'm in Houston's
Next
situation, I would rather have Julio. Like, they probably got the best option they could get for them. But they also let Jonas Smith walk. They let a bunch of their secondary guys walk.
Yeah,
they brought in Bud Dupree, which is a nice get, but they lose Jadeveon Clowney. Like, their team is it's a little bit mixed up, but it's still the same odds to win the Super Bowl as it was last year.
I know. But if you looked at this team 2 months ago, or right after the draft in April, a month and a half ago, this is a much better team than it was then.
For sure. Yeah. But anytime you add Julio, it's going to be better.
That's all I'm trying to say.
But it's not marketably better chance to win a Super Bowl, in my opinion. And I don't think Julio Jones obviously had no say because he got traded. However, there were certain teams he could have gone to where they would instantly be on the radar as a good Super Bowl team. Green Bay. If he goes to Green Bay and Rodgers comes back, that team's dangerous, and they could win a Super Bowl.
If he goes to Green Bay, Rodgers comes back.
Yes.
Hands down.
Okay.
If he goes to, let's just say he goes to like maybe Seattle, right? Seattle trades for him. They have Lockett, Metcalf, and Julio. That team's dangerous.
There's no way they could handle that, though.
Let's say he goes to San Francisco. San Francisco becomes really dangerous. Like
Mr. Unlimited.
They're trying to unlock the unlimited.
If he went to Arizona, the big three there,
yeah,
like be crazy good. Kansas City was recruiting for him. That would have been a nice landing spot.
If he would have gone to
Baltimore,
Buffalo with Steph Diggs and Julio Jones,
the Chargers
was a good spot. I think the Colts would have been a nice landing spot.
There's a lot of teams that if he went to, they would be instantly like right up there with either Tampa Bay or Kansas City.
Of the AFC teams that he could have gone to, the Titans are the lower end of chance to win. They have a shot to win, but I mean, you're looking at Buffalo, Kansas City, probably Baltimore. And who's the one that did I say Cleveland?
You did not mention
Cleveland. I mean, obviously him going to Cleveland wasn't really much of wasn't talked about.
God, if he would have gone to Kansas City, that'd be filthy.
It would have been.
I don't
like
think
a cheat code.
Yeah.
It's on. How about Minnesota?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You got Julio on the outside with Thielen in the slot, and then JJ on the other side.
I would have loved it.